Yo, welcome back to another episode of Texas Underground. I am your host, JVaz. This show is brought to you by La Conecta. Make sure you check them out at shoplaconecta.com. We got the air fresheners. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of cool little different characters over here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you get it. We got La Conecta hats, Te lo Cico. We got Muévete a la, you get it, and all kinds of other cool shit, man. We got the fucking lanyards, the Cut energy drink, pa que andes al 100, and all kinds of other cool shit, man. Guys, they got the rolling trays. Make sure you guys check them out at shoplaconecta.com. The show is also brought to you by GT Music Distribution. If you're an independent artist looking to take your music to the next level, make sure you check them out at gtdigitaldistribution.com, and they will help you take your music there and get distributed to the masses. And let's get into it, man. Joining us today, almost about a year ago, we started this podcast called Texas Underground Radar, and we were doing Artists of the Week. And I was just going through people's, shit. People would post different music and looking at Texas artists, Houston artists. And I'm about to put this guy on camera, and he popped up. I don't remember the name of the song anymore, but you popped up, and I was like, hey, man, I like this because a lot of people hated me because I said I was tired of the Houston shit, and I still am. The pop trunk swinging and banging. At that point, we're just copying and pasting. It is what it is. But when I heard this person I'm about to put on camera, I was like, okay, this guy's dope. And I've been fucking with his music since. Joining us today, we got AB Raps in the building.
What's good? How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good.
Thank you for having me.
Ready to make this happen.
Yes, sir.
I sound like a broken record every time I say this, but it's way overdue. We've talked about it for a while, and I mean, you know the story. I was trying to figure out where I was going to move in. We're here now, and we gonna make this happen, bro.
Yes, sir. All in due time, man. It'll all work out in time. You know.
Oh yeah. It
always does.
It always does, man. Perfect timing for everything. Mm-hmm. I know we previously had you on the podcast where we talked about your early beginnings and whatnot. But for anybody who might have missed it, anybody who might have not tuned into the show at that time, I just want to give them a quick background of where you're from, man, and how exactly you got into music.
Yeah, man. I go by the name of AB, straight out the east side of Houston, Texas. I'm a young man, 30 years old, and I love hip-hop head. I'm not going to say I'm a historian and know all the facts about everybody, but I do try to do my homework, and I do try to pay homage to the greats and keep the culture alive and actually bring bars back, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you from Texas?
Yeah.
From Texas?
I was born in Cali, and a lot of people hate that I say that, but I was born in Cali. I moved over here when I was like,
get out now.
I was like one or two when we moved over here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Growing up, what were you listening to? What was it that made you a hip hop head?
Oh man, a lot of SPM and Eminem, Lucky Luciano, Chamillionaire.
That's wild.
Paul Wall. So there was a little record shop off of I-10 in front of Fiesta.
I have no idea. I'm not from Houston, bro.
So they had a little record store. So right there where Fiesta's at, they had a little record shop right next door. And man, we would get all our third coast shit there.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. They had all the Chingo Bling shit there.
See, I'm gonna tell you why I say this is wild.
Yeah.
Because you sound nothing like your influences, which is fucking dope. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's dope. Because again, the Lucky Luciano era was a copy and paste era. He had a lot of little Luckies, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to rap like Lucky, trying to be a pimp like Lucky, and would rap about the same thing Lucky rapped about. So you mentioned listening to Lucky, SPM. Everybody obviously wanted to be the next SPM.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then y'all listen to your music and I don't hear none of that, which is dope as hell. But,
I appreciate it.
But so those were the people you were listening to, and what sparked that interest that got you into music?
Man, actually, it was my oldest brother. He had bought a fucking stage mic with a mic stand, and we weren't even using music recording software. It was some shit to edit videos, but we would just do
Sony. Was it Sony?
It probably was Sony.
Like Sony something. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but we had to cup the microphone because it was a stage mic, like the dynamic mic. So we had to cup the microphone and hold it real close so our vocals could go in there.
Yeah.
And I would just watch them, and I was like, man, I was freestyling all through high school and shit. So I was like, man, let me try to write, And I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool because I think that's how I fell in love with rap. It was one of the things where it was just like through high school, I grew up listening to music, to wanting to rap, and then next thing you know, you start paying attention to the lyrics, and then all of a sudden, you Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
it ain't
I'm a
just
fan of this
gangbanging.
shit.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck, they're just not out here killing people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, but that's how I felt. I was like, man, I can actually say some shit.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, you know, props to you because obviously we're in Texas. You said you're from Cali, but you've been here your whole life, and it's the culture, bro. It's the swinging and banging, the pimping hoes, and like you said, everybody killing everybody.
Yeah.
And then you're not rapping about that. That's fucking dope, man.
Nah, yeah, I appreciate it. So I tried not to like rap about that. I mean, of course, coming up when we were freestyle, it was always coming down, hold it down, H-Town. But then it's just like, man, once you really... So something stuck out to me that my oldest brother told me. He actually told me, man, you don't get paid to freestyle. So I was like, all right, whatever, dog. So I was just still freestyling, rhyming whatever I can. And I was like, yo, let me see what I could do when I actually put the pen to the paper and actually write.
But man, but freestyling, it's a fucking skill of its own though. To be able to rap shit on the spot.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
It is. Like I applaud anybody that can do it because I can't even freestyle an interview.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be sitting here like,
Yeah, you got to kind of pre-plan. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, we previously had you on here. I just want to give people a quick little background of who you are, how you got it started into music. When we had you on here, you guys were about to do a show for Crash Landing. I think what was the name of the show actually? It was by Crash Landing. Was that the name of the show?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the promotion company was No Sleeps Productions.
No Sleep, yeah.
Yeah, and they had set up the whole thing for us, and we actually headlined White Oak Music Hall.
White Oak, yeah.
Yeah, and man, I think we sold it out.
That's dope.
It was a very successful show. Like, man, that shit was super dope.
We're gonna highlight that part that you just said because we're gonna talk about it here at the end. So yeah, that's when I had all of you guys on there talk about Crash Landing. What's going on with Crash Landing?
Man, we decided to go our separate ways, as a group, but we're all still rocking separately. After the show, I wish we would have all carried that momentum. Yeah, bro, I felt like we were buzzing, even if it's our small circle or our small area. Man, I wish we would have carried that momentum and just kept building, kept grinding off of that and feeding off of that. But I just feel like a lot of stuff happened in people's lives. And I mean, you know how it goes. Sometimes shit happens. So, yeah, we were just like, yo, if we can't push a certain way together, let's try to push this way separately. But it's still all love. It ain't no malice or hard feelings towards anybody. You know what I mean? We still all support each other.
Side notes, fuck so and so.
Nah.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. No, that's good though, man. Because sometimes friendships in the industry can not just in the industry but anywhere when you start mixing business with friendship.
Yeah, people forget their roles and shit like that. But it was nothing like that. It was just more like, yo, we did this much as a group when we were all pushing. If we can't all push equally, all at the same time, then it's cool. But we should try to at least push separately. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're all still rocking though.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I guess since you mentioned it, you guys are still rocking. You guys did create not all of Crash Landing, but I do see some of the members from well, I guess it's used Chop the Father, right? From Chicano was Chicano project? No, he wasn't, right? But later on this week, I'm gonna have you guys as a collective. But out goes Crash Landing, in comes the Horseman. All right, talk to us about that. How that come about?
So it's not really the Horseman's really not a group. It was more of a group project.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's a collaboration brought by Joe Chris. He had the idea, and we're all like, "Yo, this is gonna be dope." So we all decided to get on board for it, and whenever we get into that interview, then we can speak on it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that. Yeah. And I just wanted to make the connection that even though that group, so it's actually a project. I really thought it was like a new clique, and then the project kind of.
Yeah, we'll see where it branches off to. You know what I mean?
He's like, we'll talk about it Saturday. We'll see what everybody else does.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Nah, but speaking of projects themselves, man, I know you recently dropped your own project, June 21st. Your solo, I guess, Trillmatic came out. It's a 12-track project. Before we get into the project itself, I want to tell you some of my favorite tracks. These are the tracks that made my playlist. and it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got
Hell
7
yeah.
tracks.
Hell yeah, that's dope, man. Thank you.
Different.
It's
I
my
fuck with
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Because again,
fuck
I
with it, bro.
just complimented you of how you're different with your lyrics, your delivery.
Yeah.
That's a dope track. Big headed, dope ass track.
Dope, yes, sir.
Gospel.
That's my favorite track.
Gospel is dope.
Yeah.
From the instrumental to everything is dope
Yeah.
about that track. Hip Hop Heathens, that's another dope ass track. Found, it sounded like a personal track as well.
Yeah.
I guess one of the reasons I like your project was it's very relatable. A lot of the lyrics, when you pay attention to the lyrics, is stuff that one way or another you can relate to.
Yeah.
So I want to give you props on that. No More. No More was dope. You changed your delivery a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
Which again, it was dope to hear that. And then the Rain Part 2. I'm gonna break that down later on, but that's probably my favorite track. Like all the other ones, I like them.
Yeah.
They made my playlist, but favorite, it has to be that one.
That's dope, man.
And then the other ones, for whatever reason, I'm not gonna say they're bad or anything. It's
Yeah.
just, those are the ones that made my playlist. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So again, 12-track project, very lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
Again, some of them, sounds like you're being personal with the lyrics. I don't know how that went about, but that's where I'm gonna bring you on here. Just talk to us about the project as a whole, what the project means to me, and how the whole thing come about.
Shit, Trillmatic, man. As soon as I came up with the idea, I was like, all right, this is gonna be an album. I was already hyped, man, because I was 3-4 songs in, and the instrumentation on there, the beat selection on there was very loud, epic. I felt like it was epic, like real impactful from Death Note. Well, from the intro, the piano, I called it Obituary, just to let people know, like, hey, this is like trying to kill the game, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
quote unquote. But from Death Note to different, just small transitions like that in the beats, I feel like it makes a project really stand out. And then, like you said, getting on the personal note, I'm glad you brought up Found, man, because I feel like Found and Hip Hop Heathens were really slept on.
Yeah.
Because Found actually isn't about me, but it's my way to do an art form that is lost. A lot of people can claim they're storytellers, but a lot of people can't go into this third person or tell somebody's story from their point of view. And if you go back and listen to it again, the first verse is about somebody, and then the second verse is about somebody completely different. But I'm glad you brought that up. And also with Hip Hop Heathens, man, I think that's one of the dopest hip hop songs made, man. If I'm not trying to hype myself up,
No,
but
it's a dope ass
it's a
track.
dope ass track, man. And I just feel like, well, right now we're in the day and age of like content is king.
Yeah.
So people try to force feed or shove shit down your throat, and it might not be so good. But I really feel like I took my time on this project, and I'm proud of the outcome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What does the production look like? Like who's all in the production?
Man, nobody from the city, actually. Everything that I did on there was I deep dove on YouTube, and I was buying beats. Yeah. And I was like, I knew the sound that I wanted, even from the transitions to like No More, or from Clouds to Gospel. I was like, all right, from these songs, it's got to sound a certain way. So I just dug
Yeah.
until I found like certain beats that I knew were like, all right, this shit's gonna hit, or this is what I want.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I'm very proud of that project.
Clouds is one of them tracks that made me unsure if I liked it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I heard it, I played it back. I was like, do I like it?
Yeah.
I played it back, and then I was like, I don't know. It's just something that I just wasn't there. Then I played it again. But again, it's not that it's bad. It didn't make my playlist, but there's something about that song that has potential. But
that's the thing about music too. That's the beautiful thing about music. Like, it might not resonate with you now, but you might come back down the line and be like, oh shit, he said this.
Yeah.
Or somebody else might like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm very comfortable with like, all right, hey, you don't like it, then you don't like it. It's not for you. You know what I'm saying?
One. Yeah. No, but I'm glad you said that, bro, because there was a song in 2000 and I don't even remember the year, but J-Dog put out a song, Swing on Foes, way back in the 2000s. And I was like, why do people like that song? I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get into it. And maybe 2-3 years ago, it came back on my playlist that I have.
You used to nod
And
your
I was
head.
like, bro, this motherfucker jam.
Jam it, yeah.
Start paying attention to the lyrics, and it's like, it's more than just swinging. Like, this dude was talking about, like, dudes, get off the streets type shit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it might be one of them songs that I ain't feeling it today. Shit, play it a week from now, a year from now, and I'll be like, hey, that motherfucker did his thing on this one.
Yeah, and that's the main goal. Like, well, that's one of my main goals is to have timeless music.
Yeah.
Like, it might not hit today, it might not hit tomorrow, but shit, maybe a month or a year from now, I want people to come back and be like, damn, this dude's been doing this shit.
Yeah.
Or when I pop off and get so much notoriety, I want people to come back and be like, holy fuck.
And bro, yeah, because again, not to be tooting your horn, because again, I fuck with your shit before I even knew who you were. And I think that's what I like about artists like yourself. That, yeah, I can listen to this today, and I might be able to listen to it a year from now and still be like,
Right.
that motherfucker still jams.
Yeah.
Because it's stuff that's relatable.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
And you know, earlier, I'm not trying to knock nobody, but when I mentioned the whole copy and paste idea, it's like, if you're telling me you're swinging and banging, fucking pop trunk, this and
Yeah.
that, I can
Yes.
listen to Joe Blow next door. He's going to talk about the same thing next week, and I might just like his delivery better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So timeless music is very key, bro. I want to get into the rain part too, but before I get into that, because this is going to take us into a whole nother conversation, I want to continue talking about your project.
Okay.
And being that your project is, to me, again, it's you're lyrical. Your delivery is completely different, which shouts out to the song different. But do you think, or I look at stuff as a blessing and a curse, right? Like, it's a blessing that you're lyrical,
Right.
because can't nobody really fuck with the shit you're saying, right? Then it's a curse because of what you just mentioned earlier. We live in an era of everything's about content.
Right.
You're not gonna have people shaking their ass on TikTok,
Yeah.
and it's probably not the content that people are looking to do. So that's when the curse thing comes on. But talk to us about the importance of being lyrical and staying true to yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're not following a trend. You're staying true to yourself. So just talk to us about the importance of that to you.
Man, because I just feel like if somebody comes up to me and tries to like press me about my music, I'd be like, bro, what you see is what you get. Like, I either live that, or I've been through that, or I've been around that. Like, I'm not trying to fake it for anybody. I'm not trying to do this for Instagram. I'm trying to do this to feed my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like longevity is very important. And I also feel like right now, people are really trying to get that one hit, or they're trying to catch an algorithm. And they're just like, yo, I want to pop. Now, because I guess TikTok streams or something. I guess that you
they
get
pay.
paid off that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, yo, I'm not trying to. I want to hold value. I want people to know, like, oh shit, he took time. He put like quality over quantity type shit. That's what
Yeah.
I really want to emphasize on. Just because I got little cousins that rap. I got little homies that rap, and it's just the same shit. Like you said, like Joe Blow saying that, bro. What are you like? Stand out. Like, you're your own person. You don't got to sound like this dude to pop. But it's just so watered down right now. It's hard to tell somebody stay true to yourself, and they get on Instagram and they're like, oh shit, well, he's popping and he's doing what he does. Shit, let me try to do that. So I just, man, at the end of the day, I do this for me, and I really love music,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just keep pushing the way I know how.
I think that's key. The fact that you love music. You're not just
Yeah.
doing it to look cool. You're
Yeah,
not
it's
just
not a
doing
hobby.
it to have
Yeah.
people all up on you. You're doing it because you love it.
Yeah,
And,
facts.
and I had this conversation with GT Garza, and long story short, he broke it down to where, like, bro, I do it because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that comes with it, dope.
Yeah,
But
GT
bottom line
Garza's
is,
been in
I
the
love it.
game. Yeah, he's been in the game for
Wow.
a minute. I remember that 52 pickup.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Do a 53 pickup.
I'm telling you,
Follow
I
it
hit
up
him
with
up.
him. Yeah. As far as Trillmatic, I know that's gonna be hard, but what are your top 3 favorite tracks on that project?
Ah, damn. In any order? Or
Any order.
All right, any order. For sure, gospel. Just because I feel like I was able to really emphasize my ability with the pen, like, and then talk my shit the way I know how.
Yeah.
I'm not out here. I wasn't on there trying to like, yo, I'm gonna beat you up, right? Hey, I'm gonna pull up with the blicky or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm rapping my ass off, and I'm making known that if you're trying to come at me on this music shit, it's gonna be a challenge. So I really love gospel. I love the beat. And I'm gonna have to say number 2, I really like No More, just because I really love the process of making that song, because it was hard. It was kind of hard to make. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
I've never done shit. I haven't done a song like that. So just to have people actually like really criticize me and be like, yo, that ain't it. go back in there, do it again. That really because I started to feel like, yo, I got this. I'm good. Shit, I could do this. And then to have somebody tell you like, hey, bro, that shit's not sounding good. Like, it's kind of like,
got this.
it's kind of like, hey, dog, chill out. Nah, but I really like No More. And my last one, it'll be between Like Me and The Rain Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't pick just because they're completely different tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, same with Like Me, man. I had people in there like, yo, it's not it, bro. Go back in there. And then I just kept retrying. And then with The Rain, I just felt like I was able to actually vent.
Express your state of mind, where the
Right.
state of hip hop is.
Yeah.
We're gonna break that down here in a second. I promise you have a lot to say
Nah,
about
you're
that
good,
track,
yeah,
because that
you're
track
good.
is my favorite. But the reason I asked about your top three, I also want to be able to talk to the whoever's watching that hasn't tuned into your music yet.
Right.
And just a quick message to the people watching. We need to do better as a fan base, opening doors and opening our ears for the up and comers, for the people that are actually out here with talent. Because I do see the trend that, and I say we because I know I myself have done this in the past, where we are so focused on I jam SPM, nobody's better than SPM. This is not a case of AB or anybody else being
Right.
better than SPM or trying to compete with SPM. It's just, let's appreciate the new artists, the new wave of artists, and give them a time, 3-5 minutes. Listen to 2-3 songs. That's all you got to do. And I say that because, again, we are very biased. We're not willing to listen to the new artists, and it's shitty. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Do you feel? I got a question.
Talk to me.
Do you feel like that's something here in the city, or is that like global?
I think it's as a culture, the Hispanic, the Mexican culture.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as we hear, oh, there's this rapper, his name is AB. Cool. He's Mexican or he's Hispanic. Oh man, ain't nobody better than SPM.
Right.
Ain't nobody saying he's better than SPM, bro. Ain't nobody saying he's trying to compete with SPM. Just listen. That's why I think it's not just Texas.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it like that.
It's our culture as a whole, bro. That
Yeah.
we can't let go of our past. And we're so
Yeah.
focused on that we're not willing to listen to your new music.
True. And that goes all the way down to food. Like, nah, your mom's tamales ain't better than my mom's tamales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shit, I've never really thought about it as a culture. I've always looked at it in a music standpoint. I've never been like, yo, well, he's dope, but he's Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Because as soon as you throw that Mexican word, who comes to mind?
Yeah, true. SPM.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Just quick word I wanted to talk to people about that because that shit's annoying. So the reason I bring all this up is I asked you about your top three. For anybody watching or listening that hasn't heard your music yet, and they have 3 songs, you got 3 tracks on this project.
Yeah.
Fucking convince them to start tuning into your music. What 3 tracks do you recommend? Those top 3 or
It'll be them 3.
Yeah.
And I'll throw different in there too. I just listen to the whole project, please. Like how long is it? About 30 minutes? Bro, you got 30 minutes. That's a drive in Houston.
you gonna be stuck in traffic.
You know what I'm
with
saying?
30,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just give it a chance, shit.
No, it's a dope ass album. Again, I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks out of the 12 in my playlist, and not because the other ones were bad. Like I said, it was just I could hear these over and over and over and over and be okay with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate it too.
And a lot of these songs do have, again, pay attention to the lyrics. There's messages on every track. It feels like. So again, give you your props on that.
Thank you.
Which brings me into where I'm about to break shit down on
right.
The Rain Part 2.
Yeah.
First verse, it sounds like a little personal side note on verse number 1. You're talking about, your wife. Again, I'm not saying you directly about your wife, but one of my favorite bars was, damn, I didn't write this one down, but it was something about they compare me to God. She sticks
through thick and thin. Then
for her, I'll die on the cross.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking dope.
Appreciate it.
So as far as verse 1 goes, I liked
Yeah.
it. You got kind of personal. Was that really something personal, or was that just something you were writing kind of like found?
That's really something personal. The first verse, well, the whole Rain series, that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that as my time to vent. Because a lot of times as an artist, people don't really care about what's going on with you. It's more of like, yo, this track wasn't hot. Where's the next one? Or hey, this track was dope. You need to make one just like this. So the Rain series, that's gonna be for me. And that's what the first verse was kind of like a look in the mirror, like, oh, I may be cocky or think I'm the shit doing this music stuff, but on the back, like, man, like my chick helps a lot.
Yeah.
So just kind of touching base.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a visual for this track?
Man, I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
There's got a lot of potential. I got a lot of potential, bro, because
yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting video if because I do have ideas, especially for like the second and third verse. So then I'm just like, damn, it'll take a little bit bigger budget than what I've got right now, but
yeah.
I think all in, like I said, it'll all work in time.
For sure.
So shit,
for
hopefully.
Sure. Verse 2. Love verse 2. Man.
Why, bro?
Verse 2, you talk about a lot of shit that I've previously talked about and a lot of shit that I've been wanting to talk about. So when I heard it, you were saying shit on you know, bar for bar, and I was picturing like, yep, this, yep, that.
Yeah.
You talked about promoters charging people.
Yeah.
Calling it for the culture. Everything's for the culture nowadays. Everything.
Yeah, bro, everything.
I'm gonna go take a shit for the culture. Like I ate tacos this morning, type shit.
Yeah, bro.
It's an all Mexican lineup. It's for the culture.
Yeah.
You talked about how
30 people in that lineup.
a lot of these people are pimps.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Is the industry pimps besides jewelers because they pimp the shit out of artists. But promoters are fucking up the game. Not all of them. There's some good promoters in the city. For the most part, they're not. The fake love, the fake roses, you said.
Yeah.
That's another thing that comes with building hype. And I've told you this off camera. I became a part of that. Then I caught myself. So when you said that, I was like, I got to talk about that. And I'm just giving you a quick rundown. We'll talk more into detail about this, why you came up with this. But the fake love, giving the fake roses, I could relate to that because I found myself doing that. And again, fucked up. Using Spanish for marketing, but they can't speak it fluently.
Oh,
I
man.
love that.
No, I appreciate it.
I love that because, and I know somebody talked about this in Fool's Community the other day. Shout out to Fool Community. And they mentioned the fact of, why do raza hate? Oh, it's because we're Chicano. It's not even about that. It's about the fact that you act as if you are the hardest shit ever to say one word in Spanish, but that's all you can say. To me. I'm going to get your opinion. And again, this is my opinion. Ain't got nothing to do with AB. This is me. So we're going to talk about that here in a second. And bro, I'm going to hold my other notes here for later. But let's take it back to part number one. You talked about the promoting, the marketing and stuff like that on events.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what has your experience been like with promoters out here in the city?
Man, honestly, it sucks. It sucks because we have to do that. I feel as an upcoming artist, you got to get stage presence. You have to get your name out there somehow. And it's just, I know, I get it. You can always post on Instagram and TikTok, but to me, building a fan base in person means so much more to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, how you gonna sell me a shirt, bro? I've never seen you outside. So I feel like as an upcoming artist, I kind of had to, pay to play. And now I have no issue with that. But if you're gonna charge me $100, $150, whatever it is, man, you gotta guarantee me something. I want more than 10 people in the crowd. I want at least some kind of a following on your account online. I want at least put it on Facebook Live or something. Make it valuable for us to make us feel like, oh shit, we're paying for something. We're not just gonna come pay for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, man, you got to make sure the sound quality is good. And I get it, just because, I don't know, man. How much can I say on here? Nah,
as
but
much as you want to say.
Nah,
bro,
it's just because
I got a lot of notes to add to what you're saying.
It just it bums me out, man, just because it fucks up the game out here, especially when there's so many people on the card, and now you got to sound check all these people, and I'm not gonna sound like Joe Blow, you know what I mean? And my stage presence might be a little harder than his.
Yeah.
Or his might be harder than mine. Now, you got to match energies, but you got one sound guy doing the sound for 10, 15 people. So that's why I feel like the sound's always fucked up. When you go to these events, man, the sound's always fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was just kind of like, damn, dude, like we need to get off of that shit. So quick shout out to No Sleeps Productions, man. They're actually trying to put money into an artist's pocket. So, yeah, man, it's getting old. It's getting to the point where, yeah, I get it. We have to pay to play. We have to build a stage presence because once you start building like an EPK or start pitching yourself, you need to be like, oh, well, what shows did you play? Oh, well, I did these shows. You know what I mean? So we kind of have to do it. But man, promoters, stop fucking abusing us. Stop taking advantage.
No, you're right.
Yeah, bro. Like that's just how I feel. Like, man, we're getting taken advantage of.
And you are. I seen the other day on Facebook, somebody commented on there, why are artists having to pay to perform? And one of my boys, I'm not even gonna say his name, but shouts out to him. I'm sure if he sees this, he's gonna know who I'm talking about. He replied, it's like a business that has the product, but it's marketing. Yes, but it's different because a lot of the arguments that I see with this, with what you're saying is people say, well, you're supposed to bring your fans to support you. Bro, if I want my people to cheer me on, I can have a backyard concert.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you're going to charge me $150, you better have some people there to listen to my music.
Yeah. You got to open doors.
That's why I'm giving you the platform. You're supposed to bring your fans. I'm trying to build fans.
Yeah, exactly.
I could spend $150 on a carne asada and have a backyard party and have the same people that are going to follow me to the club at my house. Yep. And then they can criticize me. Hey, practice on your delivery. Practice on this. Practice on that. That's my input on that. Quality. I've preached this on every fucking podcast that I did in the previous episodes of Texas Underground Radar. The quality's always ass.
Yeah.
The artists get on stage and you sound like you're talking.
Yeah.
You don't even know what the artist is saying. I'm sorry for that. I probably sounded like shit. I'm gonna try to fix it.
No, but it's true, man. It is true, and I feel like, man, we're in a spot where a lot of us, like up and coming artists, are finally like putting our foot down. Like, yo, I'm not finna. Like, what do you got to offer?
Yeah.
Like, if I bring my people, then, like you said, man, I can do this shit in my backyard.
Bro, fuck the backyard. You just said earlier, Crash Landing sold out White Oak Music Hall.
Yeah.
The fuck you need to be paying $150.
That's what I'm saying.
When it's going to be 20 people, 10 of those are artists. The other 10 don't even like hip hop.
Yeah.
They're just there because the bar is a country club, but you're hosting a hip hop contest there.
Yeah.
So yes, artists are getting fucked.
Yeah.
Long story short, as far as that goes. Again, that's why when I heard that verse, I was like, oh yeah, I'm breaking the shit out of this fucking.
That's
like,
badass.
When we sit down and talk about this, we're gonna talk about this. I think it was like a month ago when you told me you want to give me the feedback now.
And I was like,
I can give it to you now, or we can discuss it on the podcast.
Wait.
Yeah. So that part, love it. The fake roses.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people. You know, again, I was becoming that platform, and I ain't gonna hide it. I was becoming that platform that I was showing fake love. Build on hype, building on the fact that I build a relationship with somebody's manager, or I build a relationship with this artist, or this artist paid me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm stuck with saying this artist is dope. I got away from that. I was like,
it's not you.
It's not me. As much as I talk about fake love, I was doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talked about giving fake roses, and that's what came to head. Like, okay, so I'm not the only one that felt that's fucked up that we're giving so-and-so, like, oh, you're dope, fucking fire emoji, when in reality, it should be a fucking trash can next to it.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately. Talk to me about that. Why
it's funny you bring up it's funny you bring up the fire emoji. I don't know if you've heard of DFD Baby Lee.
Yeah.
So he said, and I remember because I was just like, damn, that's just true. But the fire emoji's become like the new validation card. Like, you don't even got to listen to that shit. You just got to fire emoji. And then it's like, oh shit, I think it's dope.
Yeah.
But I think we all need to like take a step back and listen and be like, yo, and tell your cousin, like, bro, this is not it, dog. Like, you need to go back in the studio or go write and just actually, it falls on us too. As we all do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as an artist, we got to build relationships. And I feel like nowadays, if you don't try to build relationships or if you don't support another local artist, now you're hating. And it's like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Hating, the overly used term.
Yeah. And then I just feel like Yeah, man, it's just fake flower showers, bro. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
just
It is. It is. And you're completely right. I'm going to tell you how I started falling into this shit. When people would send me messages to check out their music, I felt like I had to listen to their music because I'm trying to establish my platform.
Right.
So I want every artist that sends me their music to feel like I fuck with them. And I wouldn't even listen to most of it. I would just put the fire emoji. And then one day I caught myself and actually heard the artist when I was about to put the fire emoji. I said, fuck no. Hell no.
he said.
And I stopped doing the fire emoji. But again, this goes back to a lot of the stuff, like when I repost stories,
Right.
it's stuff that I actually like now.
Yeah.
I used to just be like, oh, I fuck with them. I fuck with her. I fuck with him. Let me repost it so people can check it out. But then I became selfish. Like, nah, hell nah. Because now, if anybody respects my opinion on music
Yeah.
and they see me reposting this dude, they're going to be like, oh, how the fuck? Dang, he told me I was dope, but then he gave him the same credit? What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it became one of the things where like, I got to be more careful. I only repost or like or comment on shit that I actually like.
Right.
Even if they share it and I listen to it, and sometimes I do overlook the messages. But if I do listen to it and I don't fuck with it, I just ignore the message. I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah. Now I feel like you got to be honest too, man. Like,
Yeah,
as a fan, you help us. Shit, you know what I'm saying? We got to go back, sharpen the pen.
yeah.
So, man, please be honest. And then as an artist, don't get offended, man. People are trying to help you at the end of the day.
It goes back to what we said about the overly used word term being your hater.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You can't tell people like, it's not that dope. Oh, you being a hater, bro. Everybody else told me it was good. Everybody else lying to you, bro.
Yeah. Like, oh, you hate
Long
it.
story short, everybody else lying to you. Another bar on there. Bro, this bitch was dope.
Thank you.
Using Spanish for their marketing, but can't speak it fluently.
Yeah. Damn.
Talk to me about that before I give my opinion.
Finna get beat up. I just feel like that's the thing right now, man. For some reason,
I got notes on top of notes for that.
for some reason, we're fucking popping so much that if we throw a sombrero or a fucking Mexican flag in the video, then it's
What
for
does
the
this say?
culture.
This says the hats.
Bro,
So I'm not
yeah.
just following your lead. I had it on there, the hats.
It's just like, man, what are we doing? Like, come on, it's cool to represent, but this brings me
Becoming a
back.
mockery.
It is. And it's getting to the point where I see people laughing at it. So I'm sure people are laughing at they're laughing. But man, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
But it brings me back to like, hey, give people a chance, man. You never know. One of us might change the world, you know what I'm saying? So listen to the music. Tell your homeboy is trash. Tell him to take off the fucking sombrero.
Fucking clown.
Nah, but I just feel like
I said what I said. Fucking clowns.
I'm just like,
yeah.
damn, man, it's getting bad, man.
So, I'm glad you were nice enough to say no to my clown comment.
Yeah.
However, let's go back to where this started. The people that built this, the people that were original and made their name off of this. Chingo Bling. Regardless of how you feel of Chingo Bling, he was one of the first people to wear the boots and the cowboy hat.
And he was killing it.
Killing it. Shouts out to Chingo. I fuck with Chingo. After Chingo, I don't know how many other people did it, but then Rich Greedy came along, and Rich Greedy became that person that was rapping on cumbia beats too, right? Shouts out to Rich Greedy. OT comes along. OT started doing his thing on cumbia beats as well. Cool. All right. Just because it worked for OT recently does not mean it's going to work for everybody. Everybody and their mama want to get on a cumbia beat, and it sounds fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It don't even sound dope. You got to pick and choose that beat. Just because it has fucking Vicente Fernandez on the background screaming doesn't mean it's going to be a hit, right? Because again, it becomes a mockery, and you're making us look bad as a whole. I mean, even Pimp said it to his people, take that monkey shit off, you're embarrassing us. Same shit. Take that shit off, you're embarrassing us.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people in Fool's community. I don't even know who they are, but I see them doing music that has nothing to do with the culture, but they're dressed with mariachi suits. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm Mexican. I was born in Mexico. My first language is Spanish. I can sit here and have a full-blown conversation in Spanish. I got that fucking little stamp with the fucking shot they put on you.
Shot, yeah.
I don't have no Mexican fucking flags here because you know what? I am Mexican. I'm proud of being Mexican. I'm going to represent being Mexican. any way without having to wear a fucking flag as a cape and a fucking charro hat to tell you that I'm a fucking down-ass Mexican or that I'm this kind of Mexican or that kind of Mexican. It's fucking stupid. I'm annoyed by that. I'm annoyed by the fact that OT came out and made this shit popular. Now everybody wants to be holding a rooster on their fucking music video.
Yeah. See, and I was gonna say something about that, but I feel like the people you mentioned, they're actually good. You know what I mean? They sound good.
Those people are dope. But those are the originals.
Yeah. And now I'm just like, you don't gotta hold a fucking chicken just because you're trying to ride somebody else's wave, bro.
Correct.
Like, I don't know.
The sombrero hat's gotta fucking go.
Yeah, it's gotta go, bro.
It's gotta go. It's stupid. It's silly. It looks dumb.
I don't know, man. I can say so much shit, but it's.
I'll say it for you, bro.
Yeah, say it for me. It's just
I don't
like,
even care if these people fuck
man.
with me, because the people that are the people that I'm imagining in my head, I could really give two fucks if they ever come to sit here and do this interview with me, because I'm really not a fan.
Yeah.
At all. Like I hate their voice. I hate their delivery. I'm not impressed at all.
Yeah,
They're all hype.
You have some people that are like flaunt it, or they'll represent the Mexican shit like heavy, and then nobody around them is Mexican.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know. We can talk about this shit all day. You know what I'm saying?
Now that I got that off my chest, y'all keep representing for our people, man. But just again, don't make a mockery out of it. Don't make us look bad. Take the sombreros off. You don't gotta wave a Mexico flag every 5 seconds and then sound like you're from fucking China. Nothing against Chinese people, but that's what y'all's voice be sounding like sometimes. And shouts out to y'all. Just do better. Do better.
Do better.
Do better, man. Let's get into this Instagram questions, bro. Because if I keep talking, I'm gonna give away who the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, let's see. We got a couple questions on here. Oh shit, it's not your questions. I'm about to ask you questions that were for somebody else. All right. After Trillmatic, which album? Oh, Trillmatic and Trillmatic. Which album is your favorite?
Damn. I feel like when it comes down like to the music, just the music, probably Trillmatic. But when it comes down to like the whole backstory of creating the actual project would be Trillmatic. Just because I was like in a place where I didn't even want to do music.
Yeah.
I had a lot of these verses already ready for something else. My boy Spaceman Apollo had reached out and we did some shit over the Three Kings beat. And I was just like, you know what, man? I think I could probably do this. And a lot of those verses I already had in the tuck. So I just ended up putting them on beats. And damn, when it comes down to the music, just the music, I would say Trillmatic. But Trillmatic is like my shit.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the JVaz Show. We do ask most of your questions that you guys send. And just, again, I'll usually post the flyer up and I'll let you guys ask some of these questions that I might have not thought of. And, you know, it might be something that interests y'all. We got another one on here. What song made you pick up the pen?
Damn. Is that for, like, just what song in general?
Just what song in general?
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy because there's a specific song where I was just like, yo, what the fuck? And it's Kim by Eminem.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness. He told a whole story. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I remember we weren't allowed to listen to that shit because my mom would be tripping. And so when I first heard it, I was like, damn, this is like a scary movie in song form.
Yeah.
So it was really dope. And I was like, man, I wonder, I don't know, got me thinking. Yeah, I would have to say Kim.
Kim?
Yeah. Shouts
out to Jack Frost, send that question.
Hard question.
It says, what other one? And there's a lot of good questions on here. What inspires him to rap the way he does and keep pushing forward?
Man, I would just have to say everybody around me. Like, I see people doing a lot right now. Like a lot of my close friends doing a lot of music, and I'm just like, yo, this is dope. And then it gets me away from reality. Like I work a regular job, you know what I mean? I work construction, so I'm just outside all fucking day. And then whenever I have an interview like this with JVaz, or I'm in the studio on Saturday, it just
got to make time for it.
Yeah, bro. But it takes me away to a place that I like to be in.
Yeah,
and it's super dope.
See, speaking of blessing and curses, I think that's the blessing of a curse of having a dream, right? Or doing something that you love outside of work.
Yeah, right.
Because I remember, man, I was working at this place called Valmont, and I used to love working there because it was good money. But I used to think to myself, like, bro, I wish I didn't have dreams. Because God damn, it would be so much easier. Because I could just be happy with
you
working
could just be
here,
working,
clocking in this overtime, because they would offer, y'all come in on Sundays, it's double time. Hell no, I'm about to go rap. I ain't finna be over here because I'm about to become rich off this rap shit type shit.
Yeah.
And then I saw that didn't happen. I was like, bro, if I didn't have that dream, I'll be
getting double time.
I'll be getting double time, bro. I'll be making a killing. So shouts out to everybody out there that you know, that does what they does, man. My comment is not to knock anybody. It's just to say sometimes I wish I didn't have so many ideas in my head so that I could be happy with just, I'm going to clock in, clock out, go home, be with my family, call it a day. It does seem a lot more simpler. But let's see, what else we got on here? There's 3 funny questions on here, and I got to ask them. But before we get into the funny questions, our boy over here, Spaceman Apollo, want to ask, what's the plan for the next project?
So as far as an album goes, I'm a chill on the albums, like my personal albums.
Yeah.
I'm actually working on a few EPs with different producers, some from Houston, some not from Houston. But that's the plan. Just kind of build up my audience a little more.
Yeah.
I want to be able to push my music to different cities, different states. And it's going to start off with an EP I got coming out with my buddy Fred Beasy, which he needs to get on Instagram. So Fred Beasy, if you watch this, bro, get on Instagram. Please. Dude, he's got so much talent and he won't push it.
He don't push it. Yeah.
He just be rapping and he'll send me this and he'll be like, yo, is this dope? And this is the hardest shit you've ever heard. So we got an EP coming and there's multiple producers that I'm working with.
Damn, he fucking up the set.
It's all good. That we'll uncover as soon as the time gets right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's next, man. I'm gonna chill on the projects and focus on this EP.
Cool. Here's the questions that we got from some people that want to know some things from me. What's his workout routine and what gyms does he recommend?
Who's that, Chop? It's fucking Chop the Father.
It's not Chop.
Oh my God. I go to, is this for real? They really said that shit.
It's really a
I go to
question,
H&S training facility ran by my boy Daniel. Shouts out to them. East Side. And shit, whatever homeboy puts on the board, we just get after it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was Chop, man. He be on something.
Do you even lift, bro?
Oh my God. I be trying, man. That was Chop, huh?
That was not Chop.
That was Chillo.
Huh?
Who was that? You ain't got to tell me.
We'll protect the identity of those people who send these questions. Last questions. What's the worst bar you ever wrote?
Fuck, I don't remember, man.
They've all been so good.
Nah, I really don't know.
You know, such things.
There's probably some corny shit. I can't remember, man.
Roses are red, pickles are green.
It ain't just this, just us, some shit like that. Probably, I don't know.
With AB and Chop, who's Batman and who's Superman?
Man, I tell Chop this all the time. Like, that's my boy. I love him and all, but at the end of the day, bro, I'm both. Nah, I'm kidding.
Chop is Catwoman, bro.
Nah. I mean, we have a bond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my boy, and then we're just trying to keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
So he could be Batman, Superman.
Like this question was trying to set you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was, bro. I'm gonna have to hit him up after this. Nah.
No, man. So once again, if you guys are tuning in, 12-track EP, Trillmatic, available on all streaming services. Make sure you guys check that out. Before we let you go, I just want to say I appreciate your time. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
Dope ass project, bro. I'm not just saying this to say this for the camera. Again, if you watch the show, I didn't even know who you were when I started fucking with your music. So to hear that consistency on, again, that's why I compliment you staying true to yourself. You're not following the hype. You're not following that TikTok trends. You're staying true to yourself and you're a lyrical artist. So I applaud you. I applaud you for that. Trillmatic, available on all streaming services. Make sure you guys check it out. Give it a listen. It's a 12-track EP, no longer than 40 minutes. Again, that's a drive in Houston. Give it a listen. I can guarantee you're going to like at least half of that project. Where can people find you on social media, bro?
A.B. raps, AB raps on Instagram, and I'm very active on there. Other than that, I'm going to end up putting it on Instagram, so just follow me there. And shit, thank you for having me, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Once again, make sure you guys follow him at 8.B.Raps. We'll put the link of his YouTube channel, his Instagram, all that good stuff on the description of the video, description of the podcast. Shouts out to the sponsors like Conecta, GT Digital Distribution. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. AB Raps, we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
And again, thank you for stopping by.
Shit, thank you for having me.
You just came from your job. It's hot as fuck, so you're probably tired as hell.
A little bit, yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
And I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you stopping.
Thank you, bro.